Hi, how are you? My name is Jane Hervey, and I am a creative producer, recording artist, and accidental nonprofit founder in Austin, Texas. I run an organization called Future Front. We are a showcase series and a learning club. We do markets, festivals, workshops. We even have an annual creative work conference. And our whole goal is to nurture spaces where women and LGBTQ plus creatives can find support, grow together, discover big opportunities, share resources, all over the board. We really just want to see more creativity, community building, and professional resilience in Texas. So I am so excited for us to be partnering with the Hi, How Are You project in 2022 for their Happy Habit-A-Thon. The Happy Habit-A-Thon is all about developing and nurturing creative habits and just healthy habits in general that support your mental health. And it's around the anniversary of Daniel Johnston's birthday. And for me, as someone who's been living in Austin for 11 years, Daniel Johnston as an artist has been a huge inspiration, but also kind of a model of what it looks like to make really great work while simultaneously being a full human being who struggles with mental health, who doesn't always have it all together, but is still putting out really awesome things into the world. And so today, as part of our partnership with the Hi, How Are You project, I want to talk about one habit that can really support our mental health as creative people, as just people out in the world who want to make and do big things and are inspired by Daniel Johnston, his legacy, which is finding your purpose. What does it look like to engage in habits every single day that support us feeling connected to why we're here and what we belong to? And that's something that's just deeply important to me as a creative, but also to the work that we do at Future Front. So I'm going to walk through 3 habits that we have within our programs at Future Front that we try to nurture for ourselves, and how you can maybe take on some of those habits for yourself this year and see what they mean for you. So when it comes to finding your big purpose or just connecting to your purpose, the first habit that we like to start with at Future Front is just mapping out your values. What's important to you? What gets you up in the morning? What are the cornerstones of your life and what you find to be important? And what we see is when you write down your values and you get very clear on what is meaningful to you, you can better connect to those things on a regular basis and also kind of make real structural change in your life and in your communities. So for example, at Future Front, our core values are creative thinking, personal and professional curiosity, intersectional action, experimental entrepreneurship, and collaboration. So for us, when we look at those values and we write them down, we get to ask ourselves, what does it mean for this to show up in our programs? What does this mean for this to show up in our community? How can we work together toward these things? And so if you are trying to find your purpose and just connect to that, a habit you can pick up is mapping out your values, journaling them, and then kind of returning back to them once a week or even daily, just reminding yourself what you're working toward and what is important to you. So when you are stressed or when you are feeling down, you've got a deep and healthy reminder of why you're doing what you're doing and what you're working toward. And it can also just be helpful in terms of making decisions and connecting to others. So first thing in finding your purpose is mapping out your values. The second habit we try to nurture at the org around finding your purpose is nurturing your community. So the way that we feel and understand our purpose is greatly, hugely related to our mental health. Knowing why we belong in our communities and what communities we belong to, seeing ourselves reflected in our communities, being part of a broader ecosystem, all of those things are deeply related to having a human sense of purpose and just feeling connected to the world around us. So the second habit we try to nurture at Future Front, again, is nurturing your community. And for us, we kind of have this big statement, which is show up, unapologetically show up for the people, places, and things you want to see in the world. And so what that can look like in a habit is, is there a favorite grocery store that you visit once a week? Are there artists that you really love and care about? Is there a creative, workshop series that you personally find a lot of value from? Are there thought leaders or community leaders that you want to see more of in your community? And pour yourself into that. Spend an hour a week like visiting things that you love and connecting with people that you are close to, causes you care about. Just building that into your schedule as a habit can help you feel more connected to others and grounded in your purpose. The third habit that I'll leave you with around finding your purpose and just kind of getting into a good headspace where you feel grounded and centered is giving yourself the ability to experiment, nurture your creativity. And what I mean by that is that, especially in today's world, we have so many problems that we're navigating on a day-to-day basis. There are so many things that go wrong, that don't go according to plan. And oftentimes it can just be hard to feel like we're really moving anywhere at all, especially if you're a creative person or you're in a leadership role, or maybe you're taking care of kids. I don't know what that looks like. It can just be hard to give ourselves the ability right now to be experimental, to not be afraid of failure, because everything feels so high stakes. And so a habit we like to nurture at the org around that, just getting more comfortable with doing things that challenge us or feel outside of our scope, or even just like not being too intimidated to do something because it might go wrong, is just getting in that habit of experimentation once a week. Setting aside an hour to like journal through a problem, or setting aside an hour to just think about all of the possibilities that you might have with something you want to do in the world, whether that's like making an album or painting a mural or being more creative with your kids. I have no idea what it looks like for you, but setting aside that 1 hour a week to just let yourself, no judgment, no shame, dream, really just dream of what the possibilities and the solutions could look like is golden. So those are the 3 things that we do at Futurefront and have in our programs that help us connect to our purpose. Those are our habits. That's, nurturing your values, nurturing your community, and nurturing your creative experimental spirit. And I hope you find time to do all of those and develop habits around them in 2022. Thank you again to the Hi, How Are You Project for having us and partnering with us on this today. And spend some time journaling. We appreciate you. And remember, your mental health is so vital to both yourself and everyone around you. So habit away.